Welcome back to Girl Talk. Amy Metzger with the Greenery joins me now. We are in a beautiful little oasis that's outside of Hilton Head Hospital. It's called the Children's Memorial Garden. And we know of the Greenery for obviously the retail center, the garden center, and the antiques and collectibles shop, and residential maintenance and commercial maintenance. But this is one of those unique, beautiful projects that we really wanted to showcase in this segment. And it's very close to your heart. So why don't you give us a little background about the Children's Memorial Garden and how it started?
Yes. The garden started 13 years ago. A dear friend of mine, who at the time, 13 years ago, was a stranger, she and I happened to meet at a playground. We had our little children at the time with us, and we realized through our conversation that we shared a similar story. A bond was created. My first son, Jacob, was stillborn in 1988. Julie's daughter, Sarah, was stillborn in 2000. So Julie and I, instant friends, and this garden comes from our friendship. Now, as I say that, this garden is also a partnership with the hospital, with the Greenery, and with the community.
Well, it's interesting because you and your friend had come to the hospital, made a little presentation, and because you thought that this would be a great way to not only memorialize your children, but also bring some peace and some beauty to families of others.
Right, and what we also were hopeful that it would evolve into is a network of camaraderie, friendship. We hold a ceremony the first Sunday of every May where we put in new bricks for children that have passed. And it's a very difficult day, but at the same time, it's a very beautiful day in the way that we all come together. We share not the exact same loss, because everybody's loss is different, and we realize that. But it's a bond that you have, and you realize you're not alone in your grief. So you create friendships, you create lasting conversations. You realize that you connect with people on a level that they have suffered and continue to take one day at a time to get through their life-changing loss.
It's really a beautiful place of healing. Let's talk a little bit about the garden itself. As you approach the main entrance to Hilton Head Hospital, it's to the right, and then there's a beautiful stone with some signage, and then talk about the bricks.
Well, as you enter the garden, I think the first thing you notice is the waterfall, and we had a generous donor when we first did we're doing our installation, who afforded us this beautiful waterfall that you see behind us. So that's what you see, and it's a very tranquil sound that you hear when the water's falling into the pond. Then you see the Tennessee boulder, which is truly a Tennessee boulder. It fell out of the mountains of Tennessee and was delivered to us. And it has a sort of peak to it, which is supposed to have a somewhat feng shui meaning of healing and positivity. And then of course you look down and you see the circle of bricks, which at 13 years now we have approximately 300 bricks in the garden. And one of our goals was to make this a place very uncemetery-like. So you came and you reflect and you heal and you find peace, whether you come at the ceremony or you come on the birthday of your child or your friend or the anniversary of their death, but it's shared by many.
It's a gorgeous place, and very nice that the Greenery handles all of the maintenance and upkeep of the garden.
The Greenery takes very, very good care and pays special attention to the Children's Memorial Garden. They've done a fabulous job since they've had the garden. They installed an herb garden recently, back in November, and the food service department comes frequently, probably daily, and snips the mint and the rosemary and incorporates that into their meal for the day. They came and asked if we would do that, and of course our Carol Gedalia at the Greenery,
yay Carol, she's
who
amazing.
never says no, came and she delivered a presentation, and the herbs were installed by Christina Hodge, who's our floral supervisor, and Skip Briggs did the herb boxes around, and I couldn't be happier with how they've maintained it. They do a great job.
Really, really great. I wish I had scissors in my car. I'd go.
Yeah, we can borrow some. It's okay. I always snip a little rosemary or mint and place it on a couple of the bricks before I leave.
Aww.
And the waterfall, you just want to dip your hand into the water. And for me, when I come, I have certain things that I do. And leaving with a drop of water on me is always one of them.
Sweet. This is also really sweet too. At the ceremony that you have little keepsakes and cards that go to each of the attendees, correct? Right. And this is just really a special.
And it's so nice because we've always done that, and we either get our gift from the Greenery's gift shop and antique store, or we have it from the hospital gift shop, because they have such fine things and such sweet things, and everyone is always happy to have something to remind them of the day.
And just a quick shout out to the kids that did the chairs here too,
that we sit in. From the special needs class at the Hilton Head Middle School took the time with Kathy Kramer, their instructor, and made these chairs for our garden. And it's so nice when you drive by, because I don't always get to come out every day, but I drive by on my way home from work, and I'll see people sitting here or sitting on the fountain edge or in our beautiful bench, and it's just so nice.
The whole place, it's just gorgeous.
I hope people come visit. Thank you for bringing this.
Yes, absolutely, and to all the families that have benefited from this and yet to come.
Yes.
It's a real beautiful place of healing, and what an honor for the Greenery to be able to maintain it. And it was just our pleasure to bring it to you all so that you can come out and enjoy it as well.
Visit.
Amy, thank you so much.
Thanks, Debbie.
And thank you all for tuning into this episode of Girl Talk. I'm Debbie Court, and we will see you next time.